Dr. Ashley Mack of Ashley Mack Performance and Rehab, as well as Hudson River Fitness. Today I'm going to talk to you about rolling patterns. Now, you've probably seen a whole bunch of different videos that's going to be helping improve your core strength, your core stability, and those are very important videos, and those have a huge impact when it comes to your overall function and performance as a human being and as an athlete. But what I find that often gets overlooked is the body's ability to coordinate. So there are three components when it comes to optimal human performance, and this is what I believe. We have strength, which is the ability to produce movement. We have stability, which is going to resist movement. But then you have coordination, being able to have all your muscles in your entire body be able to go through these specific movement patterns without any sort of compensation. And this is where we go into the aspects of rolling patterns. Now, when you're standing, you're actually going to be facing a lot of different environmental variables that will challenge your ability to stand. First is going to be gravity, and then next is going to be the fact that you are on two limbs. What we do with rolling patterns is changing the position so we actually lower the demand of what is being placed on your body. You might not necessarily feel it now, but when you get onto the floor, it's obviously a lot easier to breathe and kind of just relax when you're laying down. How many people do you actually see sleeping standing up? Now, rolling patterns are also really important because they are done even when we were growing up as children. We went from our backs to our stomach and our stomachs to our back, being able to move around in a way that was untainted or unmodified by the environmental factors. And in some cases, as adults and as normal functioning humans, as athletes, we do lose that ability to roll around on the floor, as silly as it may seem. But this is also really helpful, especially if you're experiencing perpetual tightness or some unrelenting pain and you're just trying to get over that last little hump when it comes to your pain relief and you're looking to get back into performance, say CrossFit or any sort of exercise activity. This is a technique and assessment that I actually use with many of my clients. So then that way we can make sure that our athletes are able to perform simple tasks in the lowest threshold environment as possible. So this is how you're gonna do it. You're gonna first start off on your back. I always like starting on my back and then rolling onto my stomach, and then we'll work backwards. But really the idea, and we'll just do one limb at a time, but really the idea is that you're gonna be focusing on one limb during this entire movement process. So we're gonna start off on our back. When you're laying on your back, you're gonna make sure that both arms are straight up overhead, and your goal is to take one hand. You can pick your head up too. You're gonna take one hand, reach it up towards the ceiling. Your goal is to roll over onto your stomach without using any other aspect of your body part, your other arms and your legs. Movement will also include, as you pick your hand up, your leg goes up and then you try to push. That means that your body has some sort of limitation and your body is unable to do a very small activity such as rolling in the lowest threshold environment, which is laying on your back. You can do this also with the other legs as well. So you're gonna lay flat on your back. The goal is, are you able to take your leg and roll over onto your stomach without having to substitute and compensate with your other limbs? From there, once you assess your back to forward or back to your stomach, what we're gonna do is go from our stomach to our back. Very similar principles. You're gonna start on your stomach. You're gonna take your hand, you're gonna look up, and without any other pressing of other limbs, you're gonna roll over onto your back and just lay, and your legs might end up being crossed, okay? Your goal is to make sure that you don't use any other limbs as you do this motion, because in that way it helps us see that we can isolate specific limbs in very, very low threshold environments. You can do the same movement, but this time you can use your leg and see, are you able to recruit your hips and your back to be able to roll over onto your back without pushing. Now, this usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes, helps us figure out where are we deficient. Any sort of the movements that you're able to do, that's awesome. That means that you do not have to work on those specific positions. But you might even notice that there are a couple movements, maybe from your stomach to your back with the right arm is a little bit more on the challenging side. this is an opportunity for you to practice that. Usually, say between 3 to 5 reps, letting your body kind of rest. Now, this exercise might not necessarily be physiologically taxing, where you might be sweating, or your cardiovascular taxing, where your heart rate goes up. But what this is going to be doing is going to be challenging your neurological system. It's being able to actually see, can you coordinate, and are you able to do these very, very small, simple movements in a low threshold environment. The thing is that you have to walk before you run, and in some cases, us as adults, we lose our ability to be able to do these rolling patterns, and it does have an impact in our ability to make sure we are out of pain, but then also it does have an impact when it comes to our performance. So go ahead and try that out, take an assessment, try 3 to 5 repetitions, see how you feel as a result. And if you feel better, awesome, you are headed in the right direction. If this doesn't work for you, it's not the end of the world. If that's the case, I highly recommend that you book an intro call with me or another healthcare provider, so then that way they can provide a plan that's specific to you. All right, so go ahead and try that out, and I'll catch you later.